Hello and welcome back to Mass Effect 2 Insanity. We'll be starting off by going to Omega, recruiting Zaeed and then Mordin.
Welcome to Omega. You're new here, aren't you? I can always tell. Allow me to... Oh, hello, Mocklin. I was just...
Leave, Fargate, now.
Of course, Mocklin. Whatever she wants.
Blasted scavengers. Welcome to Omega, Shepard.
You know who I am?
Of course. We had you tagged the moment you entered the Terminus systems. You're not as subtle as you think. Aria wants to know what brings a dead Spectre to Omega. I suggest you go to Afterlife now and present yourself.
I'll talk to your boss when I'm damn well ready.
Then you'd better get ready. No one keeps Aria waiting. Afterlife now.
I'm receiving quarantine warnings about the slums where Dr. Mordin Solus runs the clinic.
Please. You have to help me.
No one said you could talk, jackass.
You Zaeed Masani?
Yeah, that's me. You must be Commander Shepard. Hey, we have a galaxy to save.
Go ahead and get set up on the Normandy.
Right, I'll go make myself at home. I assume the elusive man told you about our arrangement.
I'm assuming there's some part of your contract that I'm expected to handle. That about right?
Yeah. Funny he didn't tell you. Picked up a mission a little while back, just before I signed on with Cerberus. Thought you might be interested. You heard the name Vito Santiago? He's the head of the Blue Suns. Runs the whole organization. Seems he recently captured an Eldfell Ashland refinery on Zoya and is using their workers for slave labor. The company wants it dealt with.
We'll get to it if we can. Our mission takes priority.
I know you've got bigger fish to fry. That's why I'd like to get this other thing dealt with as soon as possible. I better turn this thing in before it starts to stink. I'll be locked and loaded next time you're ready to get some killing done.
As soon as I get Zaeed, I immediately replace Jacob with him. I literally do not need Jacob in the party and he is not useful. Zaeed is much better and he's going to be more useful in the upcoming fight. We're going straight for Mordin.
Hello there. Might interest you in some salvage tech? Every credit goes toward a ticket to get me off this forsaken rock.
No one in their right mind would pay these prices for salvaged parts.
I know, and it's crippling my sales.
Drop your prices and I'll consider buying. Otherwise, I'll keep walking.
You're right. I'll give you whatever you like for the original price. And if this gets back to Harrod, I'll deal with it then.
What brought a nice kid like you to Omega?
My pilgrimage. What money I had got stolen within a few days, so I decided to sell salvaged parts. You can see how that turned out. Harrod's forcing me to sell high, and I can't even afford a ticket off this station.
Why does Harrod control your prices?
Harrod made me swear not to undercut him, no matter what. He was here first, so it's his right. But no one will buy from me when he's so much cheaper. I can't save enough money for a ticket off the station.
I could go talk to Harrod for you. Get him to ease up.
I won't stop you. If you can convince him to lay off, then maybe I'll get off this station after all. His shop's up the ramp, near where Marsh sells his goods. Anything you can do will be much appreciated.
I have to go.
Please check with my kiosk to see what I have for sale. And thank you.
Apologies, I always forget about the Quarian, but yes, we're gonna go for the Quarian because we already got the request to get the couplings or whatever the engineer guys want.
Tentatively excited. Welcome, human. What can I get for you?
Tell me about your deal with the Quarian over there.
Suspicious. If I had made such a deal, I would certainly not be inclined to discuss it. Accusatory. I don't understand how it is any concern of yours.
If you're worried about competition, why not just buy out his store?
Intrigued? I had not considered that before. My fellow merchants on Omega are not known for being easy to shut down.
A weak, homesick kid like that shouldn't be a problem for a man like you.
Devilishly excited. I have plans to expand. On your advice, I will conquer the Quarian child. Grateful to thank you for your counsel. I offer you a discount at all of my stores.
I have things to do.
Courteously.
Okay, and after we fix that little mess and get a bit more stuff from the shop, now we're gonna go for Mordin.
Less human. I told you to get lost, lady. The plague has the whole zone quarantined. Nobody gets in.
I'm human, you ass. Humans can't get the plague. Now let me get my stuff out before looters get it.
This thing affects every other race out there. We're not taking chances. Nobody gets in until the plague has run its course.
I didn't think Omega had any kind of law enforcement. Who gave the order to quarantine the slums?
Fresh off the transport, huh? Arya Talope calls the shots around here. She's got her little blue hands on every business in this district. And a plague is bad for business. She hired us to keep anyone from entering or leaving the quarantine zone.
There's a Solarian named Mordin Solus in the slums. I've got to get in there to find him.
The doctor? Yeah, crazy bastard opened a clinic in the district a few months ago. The Blue Suns weren't too happy when he moved in. I hear Mordin's trying to deal with the plague. I wish him luck, but the area is still locked down. Our orders are to wait until either the plague or the Blue Suns kill everyone. Then go in and clean up.
Take a good long look at me. Do I look like a looter?
No.
That's right. Now I'm going in. If I find looters, I'll kill them. Anybody gets in my way, I'll kill them too.
I'll call the guards. They'll let you in with no trouble.
Wait, you're stopping me, but not them? You son of a bitch.
You don't have a grenade launcher, lady. Get lost.
Fortunately, humans are immune to the plague.
Alright, Mordin's little hideout, whatever mission, recruitment mission is not going to be difficult. We don't have well, getting to Mordin is not difficult, and I'm going to be mostly using incendiary ammo. Incendiary ammo stuns the enemies for a little bit, and that does help me out a lot because they stop shooting at you, they stop being annoying, as well as it kills them faster because it does do damage over time. There's a couple of goodies that we can pick up along the way, but quite frankly, and I do actually consider these goodies to be required. The reason for that would be that they give you money, which money is in short supply here. As soon as you get to Mass Effect 3, I think they overcompensated because they start giving you so much money, it's ridiculous. Especially considering how little you actually need of Mass Effect 3 and yeah, look at that, sniper rifle already in effect. Punching straight through that armor, because I've heard a lot of people say, oh, Garrus can do that with a sniper rifle. Yes, Shepard can do that too. I don't literally I don't know, like, I don't find the this system with the shields to be even remotely effective, especially since they got 3 types of shields in this game. I feel like understand what they were trying to do. The system feels too complicated as well as too stupid, if you ask me. Here's the reason why. You will see Miranda is only on this team because I don't have Mordin yet. Mordin and Zaeed will be on my team for the rest of the playthrough unless it's like a loyalty mission where I have to bring somebody else along. So I am not using Overload that much.
Ever since this plague started, the Blue Suns have been out to get us. They're killing as many people as the disease.
Is what I hear right? This plague doesn't affect humans?
No, it seems like some kind of bioweapon or something, since it affects so many different species. The Blue Suns figure humans caused it. They're shooting us on sight. God knows how many have already died.
They should be looking at the Vorcha, not us. Ever since the plague hit, they've been taking over Blue Sun's territory.
I need to find Mordin Solus.
Oh yeah, him. He's got a clinic on the other side of the district.
Heard he's taking in refugees now, trying to help plague victims, offering protection from the Suns and the Vorcha.
Sure. A doctor with military-grade mechs helping people for free. On Omega, grow up.
You can't stay trapped in this apartment. If you get to Mordin's, you might at least survive until the quarantine ends.
Are you nuts? We'd never make it. The streets are crawling with Blue Suns and Vorcha. We don't even have pistols.
Besides, I'm not risking my life on a rumor that some Solarian might offer me sanctuary.
Cowering in this apartment might keep you alive for a while, but if the mercs don't get you, starvation will.
Easy for you to say. You're a soldier armed to the teeth. We're just ordinary people.
Yeah, you're making it out like we're cowards or something.
A coward accepts death instead of fighting to stay alive. If you want to survive, you're gonna have to earn it. I'm taking out every Vorcha and Blue Suns group I find along the way to Mordin's clinic, but I can't hold your hand while I'm waging war in the streets.
Yeah, okay. I guess if you can clear a path, we can follow. Like you said, it's our only chance. We'll wait here for a while and give you time to clear the way. Then we'll head for Mordin's clinic, if we're lucky. Maybe we'll meet you there.
But I said I am only using Overload here in the beginning because I don't have another teammate. Because I don't want Jacob. He is absolutely worthless. And every single time that I get the chance to go up here in one of these vantage points, I prefer to pick the vantage point because it takes the enemies a lot longer. Most of these guys are short ranged first and foremost, so they will not be hitting me if I am up here. And with the sniper I can do a lot of damage from upstairs even before going downstairs and dealing with them personally. And it feels pretty okay. Like for example, I don't have anything here that takes out this yellow armor, whatever this shit. It does not matter. Because bullets per second are still the best source of damage in this game, and the only benefit of fire is after you've already gotten past the shields, because you stop them from shooting, you start setting them on fire, they take damage over time. But otherwise, I just don't see the reasoning for all of these stupid barriers when you can quite literally just deal with them with the help of bullets. And by the way, if I was any other class right now, I'd be struggling for ammo, but the advantage with soldier is the fact that you can use every single bullet in the game, every single gun in the game, and you always have ammo, because when you get ammo for all of your weapons. So that's another advantage. Basically, you need less ammo in general as a soldier, but you also are looking for less refills, if that makes sense. So the advantages just keep piling up.
Professor Mordin Solus?
Don't recognize you from area. Too well armed to be refugees, no mercenary uniform, quarantine still in effect. Here for something else? Vorcha? Crew to clean them out? Unlikely. Vorcha a symptom, not a cause. The plague. Investigating possible use as bioweapon. No.
For the love of God, take a breath. I came here to find you, okay? I'm Commander Shepard. I'm on a critical mission and I need your help.
Mission? What mission? No. Too busy. Clinic understaffed. Plague spreading too fast. Who sent you?
Ever heard of an organization called Cerberus?
Crossed paths on occasion. Thought they only worked with humans. Why request Salarian aid?
I'm on a mission to shut down the Collectors, and I need your help.
Collectors? Interesting. Plague hitting these slums is engineered. Collectors one of few groups with technology to design it. Our goals may be similar. But must stop plague first. Already have a cure. Need to distribute it at Environmental Control Center. Vorcha guarding it. Need to kill them.
Just once I'd like to ask someone for help and hear them say, sure, let's go, right now. No strings attached.
Life is a negotiation. We all want. We all give to get what we want.
That sounded troubling.
Vorcha have shut down environmental systems. Trying to kill everyone. Need to get power back on before district suffocates. Here, take plague cure. Also, bonus in good faith, weapon from dead Blue Sun's mercs. May come in handy against Vorcha. One more thing. Daniel, one of my assistants, went into Vorcha territory looking for victims. Hasn't come back.
A doctor doesn't have much chance against a Vorcha horde. You shouldn't have sent him.
Stubborn. Told him not to go. Odds of survival low. But he's smart, careful, bright future. I hope.
Let's head for the environmental plant.
Yes, good. Restore power. Release cure. We'll be here when you return.
I would say that the advantages are mostly noticeable here in the beginning, because if you were any other class, trust you me, by those fights you would have been struggling to find ammo, and you wouldn't have found ammo. That's basically what I would say to be the biggest... No, actually, I'm gonna be perfectly honest, Mass Effect 2 is absolutely, in my personal opinion, the worst out of the games in terms of combat, because they introduced this stupid mechanic with the shields, and it's irrelevant if you have enough bullets. In fact, on the easier difficulties, you don't even notice this mechanic on any other difficulty, and that includes insanity, because look at Soldier tearing through everything. So if you have enough bullets, you don't care. If you don't have enough bullets, that's the moment when you start to care about the stupid mechanic that they introduced that feels worthless here. They did not scale the powers to the point where this mechanic makes sense. An overload on a shield on an enemy that would take, I don't know, just the amount of time that it would take the power to basically reach that thing to take down the shield is the same amount of time that you would take to unload bullets into the enemies to take down the shields with bullets. That's why I'm saying it's absolutely worthless. And sometimes, especially with the robots, sometimes with the robots you don't even do it's not even, the power doesn't even do the same amount of damage as bullets per second would do. And you will notice as soon as the mechs start popping in, Miranda with her level 2 overload in the previous mission did pathetic damage to the robot. I still took it down with bullets. So that's basically what I mean. The powers are not compensating for the fact that the bullets are so powerful, which makes the system useless in my opinion, and just a waste of time. If you know that the powers are not useful, you're just not gonna use them.
I'm telling you the truth. I work for Mordin at the clinic. I came here to help you.
We know you're spreading the plague virus. We saw the vials in your bag.
No, those vials contain the cure. Please, you have to believe me.
Maybe we should cut off your fingers. That should loosen your... Look out! Don't move. One more step and we'll kill your friend.
Pull that trigger and you're breathing through a new hole in your head. Let him go and you walk away.
Oh, God.
You must think Batarians are stupid. What's to stop you from killing us if we let him go?
Let him live, I let you leave. Kill him, I do the same to you.
Let him go. You got what you wanted, human. Are we free to go?
We had a deal.
Human nobility. I didn't know such a thing existed.
Thank you. I thought they were gonna kill me. Did Mordin send you to find me?
It's too dangerous out here. Go help the professor tend to his patients.
Yeah, okay. I'll go right away. Thanks again. I owe you... well, everything.
The same is true for the other shields. I don't know what takes out the yellow shields. I genuinely don't know. I don't know what takes out the purple shields. I genuinely don't know. I just bulldoze my way through everything with Soldier. I don't care about the shield mechanic. And I don't know what abilities are used for what, because I don't have to know. And this is insanity. So imagine just how much of a no give a shit you actually is actually going on the easier difficulties. Personally, for me, the powers are essentially a way to like fool yourself that they do something on the easier difficulties. I don't see this mechanic as being good at all, because the cooltime for the powers, let's say you can play this game with powers. I have actually gotten near the collector base with a I believe it was a Sentinel, something like that, playthrough of Insanity. It took me double the amount of times per mission. So let's say a mission would take me about 1 hour to complete, right, with Soldier. It took me double that to complete with a Sentinel, because your squad mates are always dying. You never have enough bullets, especially if you're using Sentinel, who has like what, 2 guns? No assault rifle, no sniper rifle. I mean, you can see already I'm using assault rifle everywhere I go. It's the best weapon by far, because there's small corridors here and it unloads the most amount of bullets in the target. It gets rid of everything very fast. It has a lot of damage and firepower. It is absolutely the best weapon in the game. If you're at a distance, you want the sniper rifle. You saw how many people I sniped.
You don't come here. We shut down machines, break fans. Everyone choke and die. Then collectors make us strong.
I've had enough of this.
Collectors want plague. You work for Doctor. Turn on machines. Put cure in air. We kill you first.
There's how many people I sniped getting here. Well, you're gonna see me snipe a lot of people in high places in this area. That's basically what I mean. If you're any other class, you don't have these guns. You literally do not have them. As an infiltrator, you don't have the assault rifle, which is stupid. Assault rifle is the best weapon in the game, and it quite literally makes powers obsolete. And look at that. The sniper is basically doing so much, and it gets you out of so many nasty situations that powers just won't do that for you. They literally won't. I know that because I tried with just power and it was terrible. It was absolutely infuriating, because the cooldown on the powers don't compensate for the amount of damage that they don't do when they are actually active, when guns just tear through everything. If they genuinely wanted the powers to actually be useful, they would have had to either lower the cooldown in order to make them spammable, because guns are spammable in this game, in case they didn't realize, which they actually did, because yeah, Mass Effect 3 does fix this. So Mass Effect 3 has its own issues. But yes, powers needed to be enhanced. They needed to actually feel like you're doing something with them, like it's worth using powers over guns, and it is not worth using powers over guns in this in this difficulty. Though you can indeed make use of some abilities. I do make use of them because I have them. There's no reason to ignore them entirely. But quite frankly, I just don't see the balance between the abilities and the guns. It feels like there's a huge amount of focus put on the guns because they do so much damage, and if you have enough guns and you have enough bullets, you literally don't care for the abilities. And it is sad, let's say, that on the harder difficulty where the whole, let's say, concept for this stupid ass gameplay is essentially certain powers take down certain shields and you're gonna have an easier time dealing with certain enemies, the truth is no, you're not. You're still gonna have the easiest time dealing with them with guns.
Environmental systems engaged. Airborne viral levels dropping. Patients improving. Vorcha retreating. Well done, Shepard. Thank you.
And thank you from me as well. Those Batarians would have killed me. For a second there, I thought you were going to shoot them even after they let me go.
I was tempted for a minute, but in the end I figured they didn't deserve to die.
Merciful of you. Risky. Would have killed them myself.
Professor, how can you say that? You're a doctor. You believe in helping people.
Lots of ways to help people. Sometimes heal patients, sometimes execute dangerous people. Either way helps. Go check on the patients. Lots of work to do. Think about what I said. Good kid, bit naive. He'll learn. Letting him take over the clinic. Should be able to handle it now that Vorcha are gone.
I honored my part of the bargain, Professor. Now you need to do the same.
Yes. Unexpected to be working with Cerberus. Many surprises. Just need to finish up here at the clinic. Won't take long. Meet you at your ship. Looking forward to it.
We're heading out. See you on the Normandy.
Welcome to the Normandy, Professor. It's an honor to have you on board.
Yes, very exciting. Cerberus working with aliens. Unexpected. Elusive man branching out, maybe? Not so human-centric.
The Collectors have been abducting colonists from the fringes of the Terminus systems. No distress signals are sent out, no signs of attack.
There's virtually no evidence that anything unusual happened at all. Except that every man, woman, and child is gone.
Gas, maybe? No. Spreads too slow. Airborne virus? No. Slower than gas. Drugged water supply? No. Effects not simultaneous. Intriguing. Fascinating. No distress calls. No signs of resistance. New technology. Marvelously advanced. But what?
This isn't a game. We've lost thousands of people. God only knows what the Collectors are doing to them.
Easy, Commander. Dr. Solis is a problem solver. This is how he thinks things through. We collected evidence from one of the missing colonies, Professor. We need you to analyze it and see if you can figure this out.
Yes, of course. Analyze the samples. We're going to need a lab.
There's a fully equipped lab on the combat deck, Professor Solis. If you find anything lacking, please place a requisition order.
Who's that? Pilot? No. Synthesized voice. Simulated emotional inflections. Could it be? No. Maybe. Have to ask. Is that an AI?
The ship is equipped with an artificial intelligence.
An AI on board. Non-human crew members. Cerberus more desperate than I thought.
The Collectors have taken tens of thousands of colonists. We'll do whatever we have to do to find and stop them.
Yes, of course. Can't risk being captured like colonists need to identify, neutralize technology, need samples. Which way to the lab?
Follow me, Professor.
Shepard, how can I help?
Any ideas on other ways to prepare for the Collectors?
Ideas, yes. Expensive, but possibly valuable. Can show you. Shepard, how can I help?
Is the lab working well for you?
Quite satisfactory. Found a few surveillance bugs. Destroyed most of them. Returned expensive one to Miranda. Nothing unexpected. Just need more samples. More collector data, tissue samples, anything you can get, I can use. Find new tech.
Are there any medical concerns I should be aware of on the team?
Cerberus personnel in excellent condition. No squad concerns to report. Always some matters, but nothing affecting immediate mission.
Have you got a minute to talk?
Of course. Plague on Omega dealt with. Plenty of time to analyze collector intelligence. Impressive laboratory setup. Missed working for operations with a budget. AI in particular. Very helpful. Best setup I've seen since work with Special Tasks Group.
Is your assistant Daniel settling in all right?
Quite well. Safe and secure. Neighborhood mostly quiet with Plague gone. Left him the security mechs just in case. Can't be too careful. Also tired of mechs. Noisy. Never used them in STG.
It must have been frustrating working on Omega with such a limited facility.
No, loved it. Limited facility presents challenge. Save greatest number of people using limited resources. Security threats, gangs, mercenary groups add additional difficulty. Quite enjoyable. The plague stretched abilities to limit. Couldn't have asked for more. Also, enjoy. Saving people, of course. Helping the helpless, greater good, all that too. Nice. Retirement after SDG work complete.
Tell me more about the Solarian Special Tasks Group.
Respected organization. Clandestine. Handles difficult assignments with limited oversight. Recon, analysis, occasional wet work. Identify problems, have neutralization options ready should need arise. Model for Council Spectres based on Special Tasks Group. Very similar.
Similar in what way?
Solarians lack numbers, brute strength, military prowess, have to rely upon stealth, intelligence. Agents trusted, given wide operative freedom. Spectres similar, given goal, told to accomplish. Better, funded, of course. Didn't have to buy our own weapons.
You said you were in the Special Tasks Group. What kind of research were you doing?
Not simply research. Several recon missions. Covert, high risk, served under a young captain named Kirihi. Studied Krogan genophage, took water, tissue samples from Krogan colonies.
I worked with an STG captain named Kirihi. His team helped me destroy Saren's cloning facility on Burmire.
Heard he was part of that. Jury-rigged explosive. Always got job done with limited resources. Good captain. Bit of a cloaca, though. Loved his speeches. Hold the line. Personally prefer to get job done and go home. Probably military bravado, jargon, chest pounding. No offense.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Bioweapon designed by Solarian science team, deployed by Turians against Krogans to end Krogan rebellions more than 1,000 years ago. Affects every cell of Krogan body. Commonly and incorrectly considered a sterility plague. Actually adjusts viable fertility rates to compensate for a high Krogan birth rate. Stabilizes to pre-industrial population growth levels.
Why would STG study the genophage?
Krogan rebellion's bloody, dangerous, nearly as bad as Rachni attacks. All species evolve, adapt, mutate. If genophage weakens, need to be prepared.
What was the STG preparing to do?
Military schematics for likely Krogan population growth, political scenarios for attack points. Genophage reduced Krogan numbers. Species aggression unchecked, population explosion would be disastrous. STG helped check Krogan rebellions, needed to be ready to do the same. Simple recon, nothing to worry about.
Nice talking with you, Mordin.
Should get back to work, need to study. So much data. Here if you need me.
Yeah, so we are pretty much done with Mordin. Yeah, I'm going to be upgrading everything that I can because I need to.
Commander, can I help you with something?
Any thoughts on how to prepare against the Collectors?
They spec'd this ship to the original Normandy, but you were there. The Collectors cut her like butter. This armor just isn't top of the line anymore. People will die if we don't upgrade. Alliance had some new toys in secret dev before I left. I could try and pull a few favors. Commander, can I help you with something?
I understand you made quite an impact after you left the Alliance.
Miranda and I stopped a Batarian plan to release a biological agent on the Citadel. That's when I first met her. It took us out to the Nemean Abyss and back. Saved the Citadel like you, but what's the saying? A good deed's like pissing yourself in dark pants? Warm feeling, but no one notices. The whole thing was hushed like they're good at doing. But I know what I did, and I'm proud of it.
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
Sounds good. Have to say you run this ship tight, and we're getting things done. We keep on track and maybe we'll figure this out. I hope so. I'm not looking forward to the debrief if it all goes to hell. Is there something specific? Or are you just checking in?
I heard you were big in the Alliance. Figured we have something in common.
I did some things that caught attention and stirred up the Citadel. That was after the Alliance put me on leave, though. Didn't drive a Mako through a relay or take down a Reaper, but you covered that.
What led you to Cerberus?
The Alliance sidelined me after Eden Prime. Ended up on a job with Miranda that Cerberus treated like an audition. And here I am.
You don't seem like a results-at-all-costs kind of guy. Cerberus history doesn't bother you?
The Alliance is all politics. Somebody has to take down the bad people. Cerberus keeps that line, I'm on their side.
What was your proudest career moment?
Covered this, didn't we? It was after getting sidelined. A Batarian group was plotting to release a weaponized virus and kill the Council. Miranda and I stopped it.
Strange that it wasn't bigger news.
The real work doesn't get publicized, you know that. They say it's better that people don't know how fragile the system is or how close the bad guys can get. So, it never happened. Like you and the Reaper. And that's why I'm here.
I can already see they lost a fine soldier, Jacob.
That's not how the Alliance sees it. Hell, they did the same to you. General public never knew you were dead, or heard the real story of the Citadel. Did you know they used you on recruitment ads? You were the human ideal for like 6 months. Then they replaced you with a composite image they invented. Guess you didn't focus test right. Perfect example of humanity, and they still dumped you.
Way to boil it down, Jacob. I hope you keep a better attitude about our current mission.
Don't worry. This is exactly what I signed on for. If that's all, Commander, I'll get back to my duties. There's a lot to get ready.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Have you got any ideas for potential upgrades we could make?
A few ideas, yeah. Here, take a look. Commander, what can I do for you?
Do you have a minute, Miranda?
Of course. I'm just finishing an operation report. I'm impressed, Shepard. So far things have gone exceptionally well. As Cerberus operations go, this is one of the best I've been a part of.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. Just remember who's in charge.
I know exactly who's in charge. I report to him regularly. I'm here, we're both here, because he wants it that way. Cerberus gave you a second chance, Commander. Maybe you should do the same for us.
Cerberus obviously has your loyalty. How did you get involved with them?
I suppose you've earned the right to know. Do you remember when I told you how I was genetically altered? Well, that wasn't my choice. My father created me. He's a very influential man and extremely controlling. He didn't want a daughter. He wanted a dynasty. I ran away as soon as I was old and brave enough. I went to Cerberus because I knew they could protect me.
How bad were the terms you and your father parted on?
Shots were fired.
You seem capable of defending yourself. Why did you need Cerberus?
My father invested a great deal in his dynasty. It wasn't a matter of just leaving. I knew he would continue to pursue his investments.
I assume that Cerberus approves of your enhanced abilities?
Of course. Cerberus fully endorses anything that advances the cause of humanity. Genetic alterations included. But unlike my father and his own selfish reasons, Cerberus and the Elusive Man believe in a greater good. They see the bigger picture, and I feel like I have a purpose here.
Who exactly is your father?
A businessman, but a very wealthy one. It's ironic, my father believed deeply in a human-positive agenda. He donated generously to Cerberus before I joined them. That's how I first heard about Cerberus, through my father's connections.
Talk about yourself like you're just a tool to be used by your father, by Cerberus.
Maybe. I like to know where I fit in the world. It helps me find meaning in how I was created.
You are who you are, Miranda. You don't need to make excuses for it.
That's easy for you to say. We've both been engineered for greatness, Shepard. The difference is you were great before we rebuilt you. I'm great because of it.
Your spirit and personality are what make you great. It's what makes anyone great.
That's kind of you. I'm not sure I believe you, but thanks for saying it.
You've told me a lot about your father. What happened to your mother?
I never had one. Most of my genetic material is based on my father's tissue. His Y chromosome was altered with an amalgam of desired traits from various sources. How arrogant can you be? The man is completely egomaniacal. Just another reason I had to get away from him.
Thanks for your time, Miranda. I'll talk to you later.
You're the best, Commander. We just got those FBA couplings installed. Now we only have to calibrate every week instead of every day. We're thinking about celebrating our newfound free time with some Skillian 5 poker. Want to join us?
Come on, Kenneth. The commander doesn't want to play cards with grease monkeys like us.
This isn't a casino. Get back to work.
So after talking with all of our squad mates and upgrading everything that we could at that point in time, especially getting the upgrades for Normandy, I'm just going to start planet scanning everything in this cluster, and whenever I go to a new region, let's say, to pick up something else, I always planet scan. It's the resources here, even if you don't use them, they get imported into Mass Effect 3. I'm not gonna bore you with all of the planet scanning. I am definitely gonna be going to everything in this system. I believe though I missed one system. It's by mistake, not by design. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Like, the best thing you can do is go to every system and get to all of the resources, because otherwise, even if you don't use them in Mass Effect 2, they get imported into Mass Effect 3 as war assets. So personally, it's always a good thing to planet scan, and we are going after Grunt. There's a reason for this, a very specific reason for this.
Dossier doesn't say if Okeer is on this planet by choice. Assume hostiles.
There is only one measure of success. Kill or be killed. Perfection is your goal.
Canned orders over loudspeaker. Classy.
Stay focused. We're looking for a Krogan warlord.
So yeah, Mordin and Zaeed will be on my team for the rest of this mission, because I just like fire damage here is the best, and they have incendiary, and well, Zaeed will once I do his loyalty mission, but for right now he's the tankiest and I like having him on my squad, and Mordin is useful straight off the bat with his incendiary.
Shit. I won't stop bleeding. I'm gonna... Son of a bitch.
Suck it up, soldier. I've seen worse.
He doesn't need to know that.
I knew it wasn't Berserkers. Not at range. You're Mercs or Alliance. I'm not telling you anything.
You're not in the best bargaining position. I'm looking for a Krogan named Okeer.
Who? You already know more than I do. I just kill Krogan. The old one in the lab dumps crazy ones down here all the time. Jador hired him to make her an army, but the Krogan he creates are insane. So we use them for live ammo training. It's all crap. I don't get paid enough to goddamn bleed out.
Outpost 4, Jador wants us to move. We need coordinates on that Krogan pack.
You heard the man on the radio. He needs direction.
I don't have the info they want. You showed up before I could get my normal sightings.
You have other problems.
Patrol, pack sighting east of Station 2. Yeah.
Copy. East of 2.
Bitch. They'll run blind into Krogan.
If you start limping now, you might find a shady spot before you bleed out.
Shit. Oh, shit. Oh.
He just about pissed himself.
Some people need a heavy hand. Come on. Our warlord is somewhere in Jador's lab.
Training is part of your contract.
So, going back to how little the shields matter, because look at that, incendiary took down a shield. What can I say? Abilities are useless in this game. Already mentioned how bad that shit is, but yeah. I personally think that the Grunt's mission is the thing that you should do first, because I've noticed that if you leave it for last, there will be more Krogan in the final battle. You will have to face, I believe, somewhere around 6. If you do it straight off the bat, you will only be facing 4. So that does make the final confrontation where you have to deal with the mech and the whatchamacallit, the mech, the girl who launches missiles at you, and the Krogan, less problematic because you will need less bullets for them. And I actually do like the fact that they kept this into I don't know, that they took this into account. Like, if you go faster, they will have less time to prepare or less enemies for you to fight. It's actually pretty nice. And it does mean that this mission should be done as fast as possible in order to be easy.
You are different. New. You don't smell like this world. 7 night cycles, and I have felt only the need to kill. But you Something makes me speak.
That thing's only a week old.
He must know something about all this if he survived this long.
Survive. Yes, I must survive, but not here. Not against these fleshy shapes. I must survive the enemy that threatens all my kind. But I failed, even before leaving Glass Mother. That is what the voice in the water said. That is why I wait here.
Can you show me the laboratory? I need to speak with Okeer.
The Glass Mother. She is up, past the broken parts, behind many of you fleshy things. I will show you.
Yeah, Krogans are strong. We get it.
You fleshy things are slow when big things are in your way.
Can you show us the way? Help us fight to the lab.
No.
You got a problem?
I will fight if they come, but I feel it deep that I must wait. I kill, but only here. I am not perfect, but I have purpose. I must wait until called, released.
Not a lot of room to maneuver. Keep it together.
Okay, so this is probably the only part of the mission that's a little bit iffy. You do have to be careful about these guys. They can one-shot you here because you have no cover. And here, the best thing you can do is bunker down here until you have most of the enemies killed, and you will see them on the map. So if you bring up your menu, you will see how many enemies there are, because there are red dots there, and if you see more red dots, that means that there are more to come. So you should just wait for them here. And yeah, not much really to say. I will basically, this is one of those sections where you notice Soldier, because it's one of those sections where you do run out of bullets very fast, and you will notice just how useful it is to have so many guns, because there are many waves of enemies that are pretty tanky coming at you, and you need to unload a lot of bullets in them. And power wise, only Mordin is, let's say, useful here, because incendiary ammo is always going to be good. Well, Zaeed's concussive shot can let's say save you a little bit if the barrier is down and you're taking way too much damage. But I usually only remember powers if I am ever like red on health. Like, I don't use them otherwise, and this is basically what I mean when I say this system is very bad and very unbalanced, which they kind of sort of took notice of, let's say, because in Mass Effect 3 I do feel like they balanced it a lot more in terms of power than they did in terms of guns. But even then, guns are not completely out of the picture. But this is what I mean about Soldier. Like, I've literally been running through the ammo of 3 guns. Imagine if I didn't have the assault rifle to take out most of the Krogan here, and if I didn't have all of these extra guns. Imagine how fast the Krogan comes at you, and how little time you actually have, and basically how much you have to wait for your incendiary or whatever ability. That's what I'm saying about this game. The Krogan comes at you way too fast for the powers to be useful. It's stupidly unbalanced. It's so bad. I don't know how they tested this and were like, yeah, you know what, the guns are totally balanced in this game, and sanity is gonna be so cool with the abilities, man. Like, trust. I don't know. It feels so dumb. And this is basically one of the problems that I noticed, because I could have actually gone for Garrus. I'm fairly sure I could have. I just didn't want to, because I didn't want to struggle that much. Because it does feel like Garrus has an unfair, let's say, even on the easier difficulties, Garrus's mission is actually pretty hard. So I do prefer to do Grunt's mission every single time as the second one after Mordin's, because you have Mordin. Mordin is great for all of this mission, and you will see that my squad mates die a lot, okay? Like, even if I'm saying, yeah, Zaeed and Mordin are great, they are the squad mates that I'm gonna be using throughout all of this mission, but trust you me, they die so fast, just like every other squad mate would, okay? There is no squad mate that survives as long as Shepard does, which means you're gonna have to solo. Now, I've been in this mission with not Soldier Shepard, and I've seen how fast your squad mates can die, because the stupid thing that they did now is they tied revival to medicine. It's no longer unity, an ability that doesn't have any cooldowns, and now it's an ability that has what, 4 uses? Do you really think, like, see there, Mordin's already dead, what am I gonna do, revive him again and then have no abilities left? Like, this is what I mean about abilities, they're just so poorly balanced. I don't understand why they had to change unity into Medigel. That's so stupid. And they actually kind of started to notice this in Mass Effect 3 and kind of started did something about it, which is still terrible, but whatever. Basically your squad mates are almost guaranteed to be dead throughout most of the difficult missions where you have way too many enemies, especially the guys with these stupid ass lasers that do a lot of damage. They usually take them out very fast. So you have like what, 4 revives? Just 4 revives? And those revives also count as healing Shepard, because Shepard can't die, because if he dies you're basically donezo for this playthrough. It's like, I can't revive Zaeed right now. I literally can't. I have to solo this, and I was in this position. I can't revive Mordin right now. I have to solo this, and I was in this position with a Shepard that did not have as many guns as this guy does. I was here for 2 flipping hours, even more, because I was waiting on the cooldowns for the abilities. That's the difference between Soldier and everybody else. It's how long you bloody wait until you can shoot the enemy down. It's stupidly unfair. It's stupidly imbalanced. It's not even worth the time to consider the other classes. They are just that dumb. And just that useless. And I really... I don't think Mass Effect 3 fixed it. And I don't think Mass Effect 2 did it well. I don't think Mass Effect 1 had a balance, because even in Mass Effect 1 your best bet was to just shoot everything and not even care about the powers. So at the end of the day, I think Mass Effect 2 just pretended like it fixed the problems that Mass Effect 1 had, and instead made a bigger mess with all of this stupidity, and even showed just how bad the system was to begin with because of just how bad this whole thing is. Whereas Mass Effect 3 tried something and it still failed. Like that's kind of sort of my problem. It's and like I can't be that mad at it because its shooters got flipped. Like, I have no expectations of shooters. They're basically the worst kind of games that I've ever seen. I don't have any like high expectations of them, and even so Mass Effect fails dramatically at gameplay. Like it is by far the worst aspect of it, and again, if it didn't have as good of a story as it did, I would have literally never played it. Not for the gameplay. Not even remotely. It's not even close. So with that out of the way, we are pretty much almost done going to, well, we still have the big sequence at the end, but this mission is almost over. It's not that much left. And yeah, my squad mates are dead. What can I say? So fun, man. So fun.
Shepard, don't shoot. You know me. I shut down the security cams as soon as I saw it was you. Never thought I'd say it, but I'm glad it's you shooting up the place. Sorry, Ranting. You let me go when you destroyed Saren's lab on Vermeer. Had to outrun a nuke in a utility pod, but it's still a second chance.
No one in Saren's lab was worth saving. Bringing that up won't help you here.
Yeah, I'm not proud of what went on there, but I'm using what we learned for the greater good. Not for the mercs. Jador's on a standard power trip. But Okeer is trying to do something good, even if his methods are a little extreme. Everyone deserves a second chance, right? And sometimes giving one pays off. I take care of my debts.
Time to run again, Rana. You never know when I might blow up next.
Suppose I can't expect a warm goodbye after the last mess. Don't worry. I'm staying the hell away from whatever you do and wherever you go. Thanks anyway, Shepard.
That's gonna bite you in the ass someday.
Let's go and get Okeer now.
Here you are. I've watched you. It's about time. The batteries on these tanks will not wait while you play with these idiotic mercs.
Not the smartest way to greet the heavily armed group that just kicked in your door.
I'm sure whoever sent you doesn't want me dead. No one looks for me without a motive. Certainly not the deceased Shepard. Surprised. Old Krogan should know you. I'm sure Rana has already revisited your actions on Vermeer.
I make no apologies. It was the most efficient solution.
But I approve. Saren's pale horde were not true Krogan. Numbers alone are nothing. The mistake of an outsider. One that these mercenaries have also made. I gave their leader my rejects for her army, but she grows impatient. It's time for you to take me out of here.
Personal issues irrelevant. Here for the collectors.
I see. Yes, collector attacks have increased. A human concern. My requests were focused elsewhere. I acquired the knowledge to create one pure soldier. With that, I will inflict upon the genophage the greatest insult an enemy can suffer. To be ignored.
I'm getting you out of here. Cerberus has interrogators who can figure out if you're useful or not.
Any group that's spent enough to rebuild you won't care what it does to me. Perhaps we can strike a deal. One that secures my prototype. It is key.
Attention, I have traced the Krogan release. Okeer, of course. I'm calling blank slate on this project. Gas these commandos and start over from Okeer's data. Flush the tanks.
She's that weak-willed. She'll kill my legacy with a damn valve. Shepard, you want information on the collectors? Stop her. She'll try to access contaminants in the storage bay.
Sorry, Doctor. It appears your position is just weakened.
I understand, but you'll have nothing if she poisons us all. Jador will be with the rejected tanks. Kill her. I will stay and do what must be done.
Alright, and this last sequence can be a little bit annoying. What I've noticed is that I usually die in this sequence when the robot gets me. The robot is the only danger. If I stay behind these tubes and I am well covered, then I am pretty much fine, and I will get through this sequence without any problems. You should not go to the end there, because the robot can actually come up the ramparts at the end there, and you want him to stick somewhere in the middle so that the robot doesn't come up there, right there. Try not to stay in this place, because you might convince the robot, stupid AI, to actually come up, and then you won't have any cover. So in my personal opinion, you want to try your best to not try your best to not get the robot to come up the ramparts. It's usually its AI is pretty bad, so you can manage to do this pretty easily, and it is better to shoot it with disruption ammo. And I forgot to change my ammo here, because you should be changing to incendiary to deal with this girl, but I literally forgot. I absolutely forgot, and I still dealt with her no problem.
The lab. This just keeps getting better.
Shepard, the lab alarms coincided with the system's failure.
So she is not the problem. If you deal with the robot, you're pretty much fine. And at this point in time, the mission is over, and we are pretty much clear to go.
He killed thousands of his own people, but he sacrificed himself to save this.
Delusional. Unlikely one Krogan, however strong, could have impact Okier wanted. Almost certain. Suggest leaving it.
Afraid he'll make your genophage obsolete?
No, but Krogan genetically dangerous, socially dangerous as well. Have enough enemies without adding this.
Normandy, Okier is a no-go, but we have a package that needs retrieval. And he's a big one.
Bringing the Krogan for study makes sense, but I have concerns about waking it.
Yeah, you've said that a few times now.
A normal Krogan is dangerous. This one was created and likely educated by a madman.
You know what? The tank's here. It's staying until I decide what to do with it, and that's that.
It's your decision, Commander. Just be careful.
Noted. The cargo hold is safe enough while I decide what to do with him.
So here I didn't go immediately to wake up Grunt because I was still considering leaving him in the tank. You do have to do all of these 4 recruitment missions in order to progress the story, so there was no way for me to genuinely skip him even if I wanted to. And I'm gonna be upgrading everything with all the resources I got. And pretty much it.
Commander Shepard. Please tell me your password, Commander Shepard.
Silence is golden.
Good to finally meet you, Commander Shepard. Kasumi Koto. I'm a fan.
We've got a spot set up for you on the Normandy. Make yourself at home.
Looking forward to it. Haven't done this kind of thing before. Big mission, saving the galaxy. I'm really glad you're helping me out with the heist. Can't wait to see how you look in formal wear.
Unless you're stealing something from the collectors, I'm not interested.
This is part of my deal with Cerberus. Hear me out before you say no. I'm looking for my old partner's gray box. A man named Donovan Hawk took it, and I'm planning to get it back.
We'll see what we can do. No guarantees.
Sure. But I bet you're dying to see what it's like to come along on a heist with me. We should probably wrap this up. You look pretty silly standing there talking to an advertisement. See you on the ship, Shepard.
This recruits is a 20 kilo ferrous slug. Feel the weight! Every 5 seconds,
Weapons detectors. Don't remember those from last time I was here. Upgraded security.
Shut it down. What? Do you seriously think? Yeah, okay. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am. Our scanners are picking up false readings. They seem to think you're dead.
I'm getting that everywhere. It's a pain in the ass. Who do I talk to about it?
Our station commander is just beyond the scanners. Out and to the right. He can reinstate your IDs.
You'll have to make... Yes, I see the problem already, Commander Shepard. My console says you're dead.
You don't change it. Anonymity's useful on my current mission.
Sure, you're a goddamn hero. It's not like we have to worry about you smuggling guns in or something. I just put a block in the system. Officially, you still don't exist. And you won't get hassled by the security checkpoints. You should head up to the Presidium, though. The Council would probably like to know that one of their lost Spectres is still kicking.
They didn't make much effort to confirm my death. I'll make about as much effort to tell them I'm alive.
Fair enough. But if you have any friends in the Presidium Tower, they might want to know you're all right. I heard you and Counselor Anderson used to be pretty tight. Anyway, something else you need? Or can I get back to work?
I should be going.
You need anything else, let me know.
By the way, you should be scanning all of the planets from Grunt's place. They are filled with resources that you won't have a lot of in other worlds. And I'm gonna go and get everything on the Citadel now that my teammates need.
Welcome to Sarenus Applications. Can I interest you? Ah, Shepard!
Do I know you?
No, but I know you. Even a senile Hanar would remember the human who fought off the Geth. I thought you were dead.
Yeah, I've been getting that a lot.
Please, look around the store. It's a pleasure to have you here.
You know, I'm on a very important mission right now.
I don't doubt it. The savior of the Citadel would get nothing less.
And the problem is the damn bureaucrats. They won't get me the latest astrographic data. You can't save the galaxy with star charts from 2183, right?
2183? Why don't they just give you a slide rule and ask you to eyeball it?
Exactly. That's why I need a reliable supplier who can sell me updates at wholesale.
Wholesale? Of course, Shepard. Anything I can do to bring the fight to the Geth. You've got it.
Yeah, and all of these shops are actually pretty useful because they give you upgrades, and I usually spend the beginning part of the game upgrading.
What do you think, Michael? Good day, citizen. Welcome to the Surtur Foundation outlet on Zakera Ward.
I bet you don't make many sales. This ward isn't exactly the Presidium. Not a big market for expensive tech here.
The Foundation is not concerned with profits. A portion of our sales funds research to cure genetic diseases.
That's a noble goal, but maybe if you took off a few percentage points, sales would improve enough to offset the balance.
I cannot hold a sale without permission from the district manager.
How about for one special customer with a large credit account? Someone like Commander Shepard, hero of the Citadel.
Oh, you're Shepard. I didn't even think... Well, you must get injured frequently on your missions. I could give you my employee discount if it would encourage you to make a large purchase.
That would certainly encourage me.
Please, browse our catalog.
Because the more upgrades you have, the easier a time Shepard has of surviving. More damage you can do, more ammo you can carry. They're pretty useful. The upgrades are pretty good.
Story, Shepard. Khaleesa been seen in Al Jalani, Westerland News. I interviewed you 2 years ago when you first became a Spectre. You presented your case very well on camera. Do you have a minute?
You spent the whole time trying to make me look like I was selling out Earth to the Council.
You proved me wrong in the end. Now that you've resurfaced, you're news again. I just want to give your story its due. Sources claim you were at the heart of the Presidium during the Battle of the Citadel. It's fair to say the course of the battle hinged on your words. If true, you told Admiral Hackett to assist the Destiny Ascension, costing hundreds of human lives, and securing the continued dominance of the Citadel Council.
Saving everyone only happens in vids. There will be sacrifices. Being in charge means making sure they lead to the greater objective. That's a reality shared by all soldiers, in command and on the ground. Don't you dare suggest I made that call lightly.
I didn't mean to accuse...
You're damn right you didn't. I won't have you disrespect any of those who gave their lives that day. They are heroes, all of them. They deserve better than you.
Commander Shepard, first human Spectre. Hero of the Battle of the Citadel. Check vid. We get it?
I did recruit Kasumi, even though I personally find her to be absolutely useless. In fact, if there is one squad mate you can ignore, it is Kasumi. She doesn't do much, and her loyalty mission is the worst, in my opinion.
What can I do for you?
I do a little hunting myself, you know.
That right. What sort of prey can a squishy human take down?
Geth pirates, mercenary scum.
What? Where?
The Terminus. I'm heading out again soon and I'm looking for sponsors.
Huh. I respect anyone who hunts game like that. Sure. I'll give you a discount.
Thanks for your help.
Not a problem. Bring me back a Geth's head, would you? I'd like to turn one into a desk lamp.
Okay, so after a couple more upgrades, I do actually try and buy everything on the Citadel that I can, just in order to have options, and it's very hard for me to figure out what I want here because I don't have enough money credits.
This meeting would be more productive if Udina was to join us.
My advisor is unavailable. As counselor, I represent the voice of humanity and the Alliance. Shepard will be here and... Oh, Commander! We were just talking about you.
It's been a long time, Anderson. I hope the last couple years have treated you right.
There have been some rough spots. It's good to have you back.
We've heard many rumors surrounding your unexpected return. Some of them are unsettling.
We called this meeting so you could explain your actions, Shepard. We owe you that much. After all, you saved our lives in the battle against Saren and his Geth.
Saren wasn't the one commanding the Geth. It was the Reaper Sovereign.
Ah yes, Reapers. The immortal race of sentient starships allegedly waiting in dark space. We have dismissed that claim.
Shepard, no one else encountered the hologram on Ilos that told you the truth about the Reapers. Only you and your crew ever spoke with Sovereign. I believe you. But without evidence from another source, the others think Saren was behind the Geth attacks.
I guess I'm on my own. Again.
We are in a difficult position, Shepard. You are working for Cerberus, an avowed enemy of the Council. This is treason, a capital offense.
That's too far. Shepard is a hero. I'm on this council too, and I won't let this whitewash continue.
Maybe there is a compromise. Not a public acknowledgement given your ties, but something to show peripheral support.
Shepard, if you keep a low profile and restrict your operations to the Terminus systems, the Council is willing to offer you reinstatement as a Spectre.
I accept your offer.
Good luck with your investigation, Shepard. We hope for a quick resolution and a quick end to your relationship with Cerberus.
Well, that went better than expected. You realize the Council's offer is just symbolic. They won't actually do anything.
I don't need their help. I just need you to keep them off my back.
Shouldn't be too hard. As long as you keep to the Terminus systems.
Anderson, we need to talk about... Shepard. What are you doing here?
I got a long list of people I didn't want to see, and your name is right at the top.
The feeling is mutual, believe me. Your return is a bureaucratic nightmare for us.
I invited Shepard here to speak with the Council. We just finished our meeting.
You what? Counselor, do the words political shitstorm mean anything to you?
I'm here because the fate of humanity is at stake. That's what you should care about.
All you soldiers think alike. You charge headfirst into a problem with no regard for the long-term consequences.
I make the decisions around here, Udina. Your job is to clean up the mess I leave behind. Understand?
Of course, Counselor. Given the potential size of this one, I'd better get started. I'll be in my office.
Sorry about that. Udin has never gotten over the fact that I got the council position instead of him. Sometimes I need to put him in his place.
What do you keep him around for?
He's got his uses. And if you want something done on the Citadel, he knows who can make it happen. Plus, he's always happy to attend all those formal diplomatic functions I can't be bothered with.
How have the last couple years treated you?
Serving on the council isn't how I plan to spend my twilight years. Sometimes it feels like I'm just beating my head against a wall. Knowing the truth about Sovereign is brutal. It's nightmare stuff. I can't blame others for not wanting to believe it, but I know how important it is. So I keep trying. Fighting the good fight, right?
Forget Udina and the Council. Join my crew and help me stop the Collectors.
I'm too old to go racing across the galaxy. Much as I complain, I've got an important job to do here. The front line. That's got to be yours.
What happened to Staff Lieutenant Alenko after the Normandy was destroyed?
Staff Commander Alenko is still with the Alliance. But he's working on a special mission. It's classified. I can't say any more. Not while you're working with Cerberus, I'm sorry.
Last I knew, we were still fighting holdouts.
Well, here and there. But they are increasingly disorganized. It's long since stopped being called a war. More like cleanup. Not that you can ever discount them. But we haven't had serious casualties for months. A civilian ship will spot an enclave and we send in a squad to clear it. They're not quite the boogeymen they used to be.
I'm surprised no one can tell Sovereign isn't Geth technology. Didn't they examine the wreckage?
We don't have much to look at. Pieces of it rained all over the station. It was chaos, with who knows how many species combing the wards for their dead. We secured as much of it as we could. But between the Keepers and a whole lot of unauthorized salvage, there's no way to account for even half of that thing. Another reason why they don't want to acknowledge what Sovereign was.
I better go.
Of course, Shepard, I understand. I wish I could do more to help you. But if you ever want to talk, I'll be here. Just do me a favor and be careful. You can't trust Cerberus.
Yeah, that will pretty much be it. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.